Hey everyone, Boardgame Brody here with Meeple Mountain. I have another small box game called Robots by NSV Games. Robots is another time perception game where you're trying to align your time with all the other players. This is a cooperative game and can be played with younger children, and I'd say that it is geared more toward them. One player plays as the robot who will say beep to indicate the start of movement for that robot. Later, that robot will then say beep, and that indicates that the robot is stopping. Now, of course, the robot is actually not moving in the game, so you have to imagine in your head that the robot is moving at a certain pace. And so after the robot player does the beep for the beginning and then the beep for the end, the remaining players need to decide at what point on the path that the robot stopped at. To set up and play, the 12 cards are shuffled and laid out in a pile with a racetrack face up. The 50 chips are placed nearby to be awarded each round. The robot player will take the top card and flip it over to the other side without showing anyone else. This is the information side, and it will tell the robot player what speed and what item that they need to indicate in their performance to all the other players. The robot will look down at the top race card, and they will look at the stated number on that card. Then they'll look back at the information side of the card that's in their hand. Whatever number is shown on the racetrack card will indicate the speed and item that they need to indicate, again, in their performance to all other players. The speed is announced to all players. This could be slow, normal, or fast. What does slow mean, or what does fast mean? Well, it might be different for each player, but that's for you to find out. As you play the game, you'll find out how everyone interprets the speed of slow, normal, and fast, and the perception of time different. The robot player will then beep to start the movement on the path. When the robot gets to the item shown on their card with their interpreted speed, then they will say beep again to indicate that the robot has stopped. All other players now guess which object the robot stopped at. All other players form a team and can consult with each other. After they have agreed on an item, they will announce it to the robot player. A correct guess will award the entire team with 3 chips. If the guess is one object to the right or left of the correct answer, then the team will receive 2 chips. If the guess is 2 objects to the right or left of the correct answer, then the team will receive 1 chip. In all other cases, the team won't collect any chips. And that consists of 1 round. The robot player will discard their card, and the player sitting to the left of the robot player becomes the new robot player for the next round. They again take the top card and flip it over to see the information side, referring to the new revealed card for the number to see what their goal for all other players to guess from them might be. The game is played in 11 rounds, and at the end, players count how many chips they were awarded. If over 25, then good job. Anything above 30 is virtually out of this world. When playing with younger kids or when first playing, you can ignore the different speeds and play the game at normal speed every round. There's also a variant that is playing against each other, and in this variant, each player will make their own guess each round. If you guess correctly, then you gain 2 chips. If you guess next to the correct item, then you get 1 chip. And the player playing as the robot gains 1 chip for each player who guessed correctly. Whoever has the most chips after each player has played as the robot for 3 times each, they are the winner. This is definitely a kid's game with this newer mechanic I like to call time perception. I actually really like the variant playing against each other more than the co-op because each player will actually make a guess and see their rewards in return, instead of insisting to everyone that you think your guess is better and trying to convince them, you get to be the top dog. The theme is good because kids understand that robots say beep, and they relate to it when it starts and when it stops, but the theme really could be of anything. Anyways, the game helps players learn and more understand that their own perception of time might be different than others. And there is a challenge to try to change your own perception to better match others while they are also doing the same thing. Get your robot friends together and try to perceive the distance this robot can go in Robots by NSV Games. Again, this is Boardgame Brody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around and check out some other board game reviews to see what you might want to get to the table.